Right, so today we are really going to make the house talk to us. We really are. Not the text talk, it's really going to talk to us. I'm not sure what its conversation's like, but it's really going to talk to us. So, let's roll the credits and let's get things going. Okay, in the last video, somewhere up there, we installed HACS. You're going to need HACS installed to make this work. And this time we're going to add some HACS components. So, on the screen, I go into HACS. So, the first thing I'm going to do is install, let's try again, Alexa Media Player. So,
I'm quite sure how to help you with that.
So, installing Alexa Media Player, I go into HACS, I search for Alexa Media Player, I click on download, and it's telling me, do I want a different version installed? It's not advised to select the rollback one, so let's just click download. Okay, I then go to settings, and it says need to do a restart, so let's do that. I just wind the imaginary handle, just 1 second, there we go, it's kind of restarting now. And up it comes. So, yep, Zigbee's there. Home Assistant is started. Devices and services. Add integration. Alexa Media Player. Right, it wants to know my details for getting into it, which it's got it wrong. So I'm going to pause the video a second and pull up the right details. Okay, so those are my Amazon account details. So I'm all there. I'm going to press submit. Okay, I don't want to create, I want to sign in as an existing customer. Click sign in. Right, it sent me a one-time password. No, it's not sent me, it wants to send. So let's click send. Okay, Martin from the future here, saying, unlike me, it's a good idea to get yourself sorted before you start. You need your Amazon username, your Amazon password. You need to know what your Home Assistant URLs are, internally and externally. You can use externally for both. You also need to know, you need to set up Amazon to use two-factor authentication. By default, it will send you a text message. You can change that to using a Microsoft Authenticator with a number, or Bitwardens or number. You can use it for lots of different things there, but you need the two-factor. If you don't have two-factor, then you start seeing messages like the next few, and you start getting cross with things. So that's the Martin from the future coming in and saying you need to do this. Open website. I'm already a customer. Sign in. Enter my one-time password. Now what I've done is this. So I'm going to add these to the kitchen. Finish. Okay. So, after lots of fighting and then doing things properly, Alexa Media Player is now
I'm
working.
not quite sure how to help you with that.
I must remember to say Alexa instead of the A word. The main reason being is editing this video is going to be a disaster. But enough about my problems. So let's see whether Alexa Media Player is working. So I'm going to write a little script. Well, an automation. So let's create a new automation. And I want to add an action. And I'm going to say, oops. We'll do the Google one first of all, so you can kind of see how things work. TTS. So I want text to speak, and I'm going to choose an entity. Google Translate, and the media player is going to be that one, and the message is going to be, what is thy bidding, my master? I don't think I need anything else. Click there. We'll call it talking. Save. Up top. Click run actions. I'll just turn that up. Perhaps I won't turn that up. And run it again.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Hopefully you can hear that. So that's how Google works. That's its kind of default way of doing it. Now, it gets a little bit exciting for Alexa. Alexa is a little bit more difficult. It kind of depends whether you've got Nabucasa installed. Because Nabucasa provides a speech component that you can actually use to help things going on. So I'm going to use the default way. No, it's not like that. We need to use notify. We need to spell notify correctly. Oh, I'm still in media player. I'm still in media player. I need to use notify. So if we scroll down, then hopefully there's my Echo Flex. So the message is going to be, this is a test of Echo Flex. Save, click here, click run action.
This is a test of Echo
So that's the basics working. Now we could continue on with that, but I prefer adding another HACS automation. So let's go back and do that. So HACS. Now the automation I'm going to add, I'll show you the website, is called TTS Chime. And it just means that you can kind of put things together. So you can make it go, bing, what is thy bidding, my master? Bing, and stuff like that, instead of having to program it all. So it's very useful. So we need to install Chime. So let's go back to HACS. See if it's in the list. I think it is. There we go. Chime TTS. Click on that. Click on download. Click on download. Okay, if we go to settings now, it requires a restart. So let's do the restart. Click finish. Quick speed up. Home Assistant is started. And I've got a notification telling me I've got lots of discovered devices. Okay, so we've got Chime's HACS part installed, and then need to go to devices and surfaces, add integration, type Chimes, click here, click finish. Now, as a just in case, and to go and kill some dogs, I'm going to go developer tools and do another restart. Might not be needed, but just on the safe side.
Oh no!
Okay, it's time to talk about, can't say elephant, giraffe in the room. Oh God, I looked up again. As I hope you guessed, the majority of my house has Alexas in. Got lots of them. I originally had Google Homes, but I got so annoyed by having to use words of one syllable so it would actually understand me, I swapped to Alexa. I've got to be quiet now because she's going to ask me a question because I said her name. Alexa. Oh, I've done it again. Alexa. Alexa doesn't like other things. It doesn't really like talking to Home Assistant unless you do it through its way. So getting Alexa to talk is a little bit of a pain at times. I believe it's to do with the TTS, text-to-speech processor, because sometimes it'll do this. That's right, absolutely nothing. And sometimes it'll do this.
I'm having trouble accessing your Simon Says EU skill right now.
I wish I knew who Simon was and get him to say things properly. I found a way round it which seems to work. I haven't been doing it for years. I've only been doing it for a short time. But using Amazon Polly as a text-to-speech processor seems to have made the problem go away. Google just seems to work. But if you use the local text-to-speech, it has a tendency to talk about Simon to you. If you use Nabucasa, it works most of the time, but I've still had odd occasions. I've changed to poly in my live setup, and it's kind of seems to have made the problem go away. We're now going to go through setting up poly. It does cost money eventually. You get a year's worth free, but it's done by the number of words that it does. I am going to look in the future at the local processors. I think it's called Piper, but I've not quite done that yet. So we're going to go through setting up poly, and then we're going to go through setting up a thing called chimes. So that's the giraffe. I've done it again. Giraffe in the room. Let's set up poly now. Okay, let's install Amazon Poly. So we go to awsamazon.com/poly. We have to create an AWS account if you haven't got one. And I'm going to use my Wrong Words on Purpose account. I'm going to call it Wrong Words. I'm going to verify my email address. It wants me to know CRTP78. Submit. Okay, so it sent me that email address. So we'll just pause the video while I go and find it. Okay. Back on this screen, I paste the code in, I pick verify. It wants to know a username and password. So I will copy a password, paste it in there. It then wants to know some more information. Wrong words on purpose. I'll be in the United Kingdom. I'll type my phone number in and blur it out for you. I'm in the United Kingdom again. I've blurred out all my address. I've read the instructions. I'm going to add a credit card. I'll just blur the rest of this screen. It's going to authorise €1. Poly doesn't cost anything for a year, so I'm fine doing this now. Confirm my identity by a text message. Type my telephone number again. Mask it out for you. Wait for my verification code to come through. There it is. Do I want to pay lots of money per month or nothing? Let's go for nothing. Tell it more about myself. Oh, I'm a hobbyist. I'm interested in... What am I interested in? Let's say AI and machine learning. Let's get some more emails. Go to the AWS console. So we've got a Amazon account, so let's get started with Amazon Polly. So I need to put the username and password in. Was it showing me? No. It likes giving me words to make sure I can read, doesn't it? Right, we are set up in here. I'm going to click try Polly. Then do listen.
Hi, my name is Joanna. I will read any text you type here.
I'm going to click done. I've got any additional settings in here? No. So let's go back to Amazon Polly. So that shows you it works. What we now need to do is create a user that we can actually use. So if you go to the 9 dots, and I'm too lazy to do it, so I'm going to search for identity management. There we go. Users. So as you can see, we've got no users. We want to create a user. Wrong words -HA. We don't want to give it access to the management console. Click next. We could create groups and things, but it's not worth it. Okay, no, they can't reset the passwords. I'm going to add a tag and call it Polly, and Polly in there. Click create user. Go in again. And I think we're all okay. So what we want to do is we want to add some permissions. Add permissions. Add permissions. And I want to attach policies directly, and it's going to be a Polly policy. So we want full access. Click next. Click add permissions. Okay. So we're all set up now. What we just need to do is make sure we've got our security credentials. So we need to create an access key. So I'll go into access keys, and I want to pick application running something. I'm going to pick other. Next. HA Polly. Oh. Create access key. Okay, so I've got an access key and a password. I blurred the access key. So copy that information, download the CSV file, make sure you've got a copy of it, and then click done. Right, we're done with AWS for now. we need to go back to Home Assistant. I'm going to close some tabs first of all because I've gone a bit bananas here. So, back in Home Assistant, Settings, Devices and Services, Add Integration, find Amazon, Amazon Polly, and it says we need to edit configuration.yaml. So we've got the documentation. So what it's saying is I need to find TTS and I need to add these things in. So if I take a copy of that now, go back to settings, close this down, close this down. Now I use Studio Code Editor, you could use File Editor. Configuration.yaml. Seem to have any TTS in here. Okay, and of course you need to update the access keys and the secret, which we downloaded. Important bits. So you're going to need to paste in your access key and secret access key, the ones we got from Amazon. I'm also going to point out, I think it's a good idea to add this Home Assistant bit with the external URL and the internal URL. So I think that makes Chime work better. Right, we're nearly done. I may have had Insomnia Anonymous ringing me up saying, can I make videos longer? So this is my response. At this point, you should have HACS installed, Alexa Media Player installed and tested and working, Chime installed, and an account for Amazon Polly, and you've rebooted 3 million times. So let's make it work.
Wrong words.
What are you talking about? Why is that? No, don't ask. Settings, automations and scenes, and we're going to create a new automation. We're not going to have any triggers. We're just going to do the add action, and it's going to be chimes. Okay, and we're going to say something. Right, starting at the top, what device do we want to use? Now I'm going to pick my Echo Flex. I could have picked something else as well. Now, like I said, you can make it do stuff before and afterwards. So, chime path before, I think I'll make it go dun dun dun, and then afterwards, ooh, I think we'll have classical. Okay, now we can offset, put time differences in here, so you can put differences between the noises and the start and the finish, crossfade, final delay, so it goes backwards and forwards. But the thing we want is a message, so life. Oh dear. Don't talk to me about life. TTS platform we need to fill in. And I'm going to pick Polly because we're all set up for that. Now, I've found that volume will turn down the volume, but it won't increase it. I have not tried join players and unjoin players. I've not tried clash. I also switch on announce and fade audio. So if you've got music playing, it kind of turns down the volume and you can hear it above it. And everything else I leave the same. So if we click save and testing. That word I'm not saying. Save. Okay. And we can go, Let's do it from here. So if I open it up and I click here and I go run action,
Life don't talk to me about life.
okay, gone all the way through. The two I missed is you can change the speed and the pitch. So if I increase the speed, it'll only go up to a certain amount. I'm going to put 150. I think above 200 it errors. And run actions.
Life don't talk to me about life.
Bit quicker. If we go to 100, just again, and the pitch you can do the same thing. You can make it talk in a deeper voice. Yeah, too deep. Okay, I think I'm going to stop this video here. The last thing I'll say before I stop it is, if you start doing things in here, you might get no effect, or you might get Simon not working. Okay, have a play. I plan in the future to do more stuff on announcements, and this is one of the things I'll use, but we've kind of got all the building blocks together now. So I'll end the video now. If you could like and subscribe, that would be great. Any questions, just put it in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.